My name is Christian von Koenigsegg. I'm 40 years old, and for half of my life I've been on the quest to be a leader in the hypercar industry, utilizing Swedish design combined with visionary technical solutions. Our latest car, the Agera R, is built in the old hangars of a former Swedish fighter jet squadron. Their symbol, a ghost, is now proudly painted on the back of every Koenigsegg.
My name is Robert Serwanski, and I'm the test driver of Koenigsegg. My job is basically two parts. I develop the cars, how they handle and performance-wise, and I also am a part of the production line. Production-wise, I get an assembled car in one piece, you could say, and then I finalize it. Finalizing means I do the wheel alignment, I bed in the brakes, bed in the differential. I'm with the guys who tune the engine properly. Everything is assembled by hand, so there are of course small differences in every car, and that's why we tune every car to a specific setup. And we do a few wheel alignments, so everything can settle down. And once everything works properly, we also check quality of the car. Of course, every function and every feature of the car must work, and so nothing can rattle, nothing can sound in the car. And we do a lot of driving, and we drive the cars rather hard because they need to work once they get to the customer. And a lot of that work is done on this runway. This is a specific car. We did the 0 to 300 to 0 record in. I was in 21.19 seconds. That was a year ago. It wasn't this cold and not this windy, and so of course it was better for the performance of the car. And also right now in the videos you saw, we only run on 50% bioethanol, and in the record videos we obviously drive 85%, which is available at a normal petrol station in Sweden. The car was just taken out on the day. Christian gave me a call and said, shall we do a test to do the record? And we collected some equipment, got out here, and just did it basically. So it was just sort of a stage in the verifying process of producing the car, really. They gave me a call about 2 years ago and offered the job. And I came here and had a few hours of discussion with Christian, and we talked about what the job was about. And then obviously there was a testing period of where we went all the job through and what's supposed to be done and how I feel about the car, and I'm still here. A day could be everything from driving for 12 or 16 hours, and it could be changing an engine or a gearbox for development purpose. So there's not one day that is the other day like, and that's a good thing about the job because you never get bored. Well, my tools are basically, it's also depending on the purpose, obviously. Right now I work a lot with the gearbox. We have our own gearbox management, and for that I have the engineers, and I have a computer and a car. So, and also we need to tune the gearbox for driving in the city or on highway, or doing 0 to 300 to 0. So if I need to tune the gearbox for driving in a town, I obviously drive in a town. And that's of course doing 50k and not 200. So everything is through one cable, through OBD, is simply, is accessible through one program, one cable, one interface. So everything I choose what I would like to see and what I would like to adjust. If I would like to go to a certain gear, for instance, I have the behavior of a gear, the clutch, the shift time, the torque out, everything we control. And everything can be logged while we do it. It's also the same thing here, even though we have thousands of parameters. There's no purpose of really seeing all at once, because it would look something like this, and it's just looks messy. And I can connect that, what I see in the log, to what I sense. And I can see that, for instance, okay, this clutch closes a little bit too fast, or we don't cut the torque fast enough, or whatever I see or sense. And then I change it, and then I drive again, try. So it takes a really long time to adjust, because you have a range of 1,000 to 7,000 revs, you have 7 gears. So it's quite many cases to solve and get really good. It's a combination between man and machine, really. I think that we hope to do, well, we want to do the best car in the world, basically, and I think we're on a good way to do it. It's a very extreme car in all ends, but you can really put your grandma in it and just explain the pedal function, if she doesn't have a pedal car already, and let her drive, because it is really that easy to drive. Of course it's wide and it's low and all those parts, but it's really easy to drive. And of course, when you start pushing it, I think you need to be, it will not kill you, but you need to know what you're doing to really be able to enjoy the car fully out. Because that is when it really comes to its soul, or whatever you like to call it.
Comes alive.
Comes alive, correct. You can still have plenty of fun just driving along, hitting full throttle and full brake and turning, but it's a really refined tool. A lot of engineers prior to my time and during my time, and also what I have done with the car and all the other people, there's a lot of effort put into it, that it should be very perfect in its behavior. So we actually enjoy when people use the cars, because that's what they are meant to do, to use them. Yeah, we don't usually do drifting or sliding for the purpose of sliding, but that could be a byproduct of testing something else, of course. And when we test, we do a lot of testing on the limit for the car, to, for instance, prevent a behavior of the car breaking out or spinning away too easy. And then we need to go past that point to really tell what would happen and how the car behaves. So we do all the adjusting and behavior, and how we would like the car to feel is done without anything. And then we put ABS on, we put the electronic differential on, we put the stability control on. So we only have those, as you know, as your safety line, or whatever you'd like to call it, to prevent nasty things from happening. But if you would take everything away, we believe that the car as it is would be very enjoyable for an experienced driver. No, you can be a good racing driver and not be a good test driver, and also the other way around. Because the race driver is not always about feeling the car 100% or putting very good lap times. A race driver can be at the top because he knows how to fight his way through the field. And he has a fast, a good pace enough to keep that first place. But that doesn't actually mean that he needs to be the fastest if he would go to a time attack. So that's also the difference, that you must want to learn what is happening. And of course, an input that something is understeer or oversteer might be good enough for an engineer, but if you can tell the engineer that it's understeers, but it's at the same time it's too soft, maybe we should check the springs or the anti-roll bar, so not just understeer, because understeer could be, well, a lot of things. So I think, well, it's always about the good compromise, really, that you need to have.
And having fun.
And having fun, that's important. You can never forget to have fun, because that's important.